What is going on, YouTube fam, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to do a little walk and talk. I'm here in the beautiful neighborhood of Providencia in Guadalajara, and I'm getting a little bit of exercise, and I wanted to tell y'all how you can make friends in Mexico, okay? Now, as we know, there are many ways to meet people these days, no matter what country you're going to. It could be online, it can be in person, it can be a part of some group, whatever it may be. Now, usually it's online or in person, but you get what I'm saying. But there are many ways you can make friends if you're coming here to Mexico, if you want to live here, if you want to spend an extended period of time. Even if you're just visiting and you want to meet local people, you want to get that vibe and you like it here and you want to come back, you will have people here that you know and you'll be able to have that connection. So it's very easy to make friends here in Mexico. And this is going to go for about the whole country. Now, some people say that, and this is some people say, okay? Now, I've been to Mexico City, and I've been there more than once. I love it there. People say the Chilangos, which are people from Mexico City, okay, they say they're very cold, you know? They say they're very cold and they're not that friendly or whatever. And my time in Mexico City, I didn't find that to be the truth. I found them to be very welcoming as well. Now, remember, I lived in New York City for a very long time, in Sao Paulo, in Brazil, for a very long time, which is even bigger than Mexico City, okay? And, you know, people are friendly. Yeah, you're going to have some colder people with the bigger city attitude, but it's going to be very easy to make friends. Now, also, they say people in the north, the northern states like Monterrey and some of those places, they're a little bit cold. I can't speak on that because I haven't been there. People I know have been there have told me about that. But, you know, it could be just a unique experience, you know? I mean, nowhere you go in the world where everybody is the same way all across the board, you know? Some good, some bad, you know how that goes. But in general, this is the blueprint on how to make friends in Mexico. So let's talk one way. And that's something that I talked about before in my last video about Facebook groups. Facebook groups are good to make connections with locals, you know? Even if other foreigners, if you want to make friends with other foreigners, it's a good tool. So I definitely recommend Facebook on that. Join the local groups, do the local meetups. That's a great way to meet people. And you'll meet Mexican friend. If you don't speak Spanish that well and you want to practice their Spanish, you're going to meet someone that want to practice their English with you. So it's a great way, and there's a lot of cool people. I lived in Mexico for 3 years. Even before I came here, I used to come here to visit, have Mexican friends in the United States. So I'm familiar with the Mexican culture. Very friendly people, very welcoming, very curious people that want to talk to you, want to get to know a little bit about you, where you're from, you know, and, you know, that sort of thing. So it's a lot more laid back than you think. Now, of course, different regions may have different cultural standards, but all in all, as a culture, Mexico is very unique. It's a very, you know, very beautiful country, and people are really, you know, I mean, they're just really, I mean, I don't know, how can I say this? They're just really open people, really, you know, accepting people. They like to meet foreigners, despite what some people may think and what some people may have been saying in some cities of them wanting foreigners to leave. Most Mexicans have a good opinion of foreigners, and they'll be very friendly and very eager to talk to you, okay? So, I told you the Facebook groups. Now let's talk about another way. Out in the world. Now, this can mean anywhere. You could be in a coffee shop, you can be in a restaurant, you could be at a park, a bar, wherever, the library. Just talk to people. I mean, if they're receptive and they want to have a conversation, that can turn into a friendship. I can give you an example. I remember this was last year, towards the end of last year, 2022, where I happened to be in a 7-Eleven in a very active part of Guadalajara. It's called Avenida Chapultepec, which is where the main nightlife is. So I was there, and I'm just looking at what beer I'm going to get. And this dude just started speaking to me in English. Now, I didn't say anything. I didn't even open my mouth. But he started speaking to me in English. I thought he assumed that I didn't speak Spanish, so then I spoke back to him in Spanish. But then I'm like, oh, well then, you know, okay, he seems like he's kind of cool. So we started talking, and, you know, he has friends from the United States and stuff like that. He even works for a U.S. company, and his English is really good. And then we kind of talked for a little bit, and he was like, hey, man, I live right over here. If you want to come hang out, I have some friends coming over. We can hang out, have a few drinks or whatever. Went, hung out, met his friends, and then we went out to some art gallery, had a good time, and it was just like that, out of nowhere, just meeting someone being at 7-Eleven, you know? And that can happen anywhere, you know, no matter where you are in public. You know, just have a conversation with people. If you notice they're receptive, keep that conversation going, you know what I mean? And you might make a new friend, you know? So it's quite easy to make friends here in Mexico. even too, when you make a friend out here, they're going to, and they have you in high regard. They're going to introduce you to their friends. They're going to be like, hey, this is my friend from, so and such place. And you'll meet their friends. And then you get invited to barbecues and then parties and all kinds of things. And next thing you know, you have a whole friend group here just by knowing certain people to introduce you to some of their friends. So really, I just want to show you guys really quickly this trail that I'm walking. Oh, this is nice. Anyway, but really, you can make friends out here. It's not hard. And if you're an outgoing person, even if you're rather reserved and you're not super talkative, it's still very possible to do it. It's just maybe a little bit more difficult. But Mexicans are very easygoing, very friendly, very chatty. They like to have conversations and fun-loving people. If you like having fun, there's a lot of fun to be had in Mexico, whether it's cultural, partying, whatever it is. It's fun here, and Mexican people like to have fun and enjoy life, and you can meet these friends in Mexico. They can become family to you. I have good friends that became like family to me, and I'm thankful for that. And generally, I'm still here, right? So there's got to be something I like about this country. But yes, if you're wondering what the situation's like here in Mexico, I recommend Facebook groups. I recommend just talking to people in person. Going to events around the city. There's always free events no matter where you are. If you're in a bigger city, smaller city, you can go and search free events or whatever it may be. It may be like an outdoor concert or whatever it may be, a cultural event. And that's a good way you can meet people as well. You could just start talking to people because there's a bunch of people everywhere. So if you strike up a conversation and it goes well, you may have a new friend, you know what I mean? So yes, definitely out here, don't think that you're gonna come here and people are gonna be cold or, this foreigner and this and that. It's not like that. It really isn't. Some people may think like that, as I said, not everybody thinks the same, but in general, the people here are gonna be glad to talk to you, to receive you and to be friends with you, So some countries that may be true where you get the feeling that everybody's cold, like, oh my God, but it's not like that in Mexico. Most people are gonna be really friendly, really cool, laid back people. And I think it should be easy time. So whether you're visiting, staying for an extended period of time, or moving here, especially if you're moving here, because, you want to have a circle of friends, you want to have people around you, then just know that you will have no troubles whatsoever making friends here in Mexico, okay? So just want to make a video about that just in case anybody was curious. I thought this would be a good thing to cover. Just so you could, like I said, it's straight for all of you who are thinking of coming here and wondering what it's like on the social scene, okay? Mexicans are very social, and you're going to find that out if you haven't already. And you let me know in the comments, some of you all, if you live here in Mexico, if you've been here, how was your experience? Did you make any friends? Do you have any friends if you're currently in Mexico living? Put it in the comments. I'm interested in knowing. And that's going to do it for me today, y'all. I'm going to continue my exercise. Enjoy this nice weather out here with all these trees. I just wanted to give y'all that video and let you know how it is making friends in Mexico, all right? So thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share with everybody you think would be interested in this type of content. And until then, well, the next video, I'll catch you later. Stay safe, y'all.